Hello, everyone. I figured it was time for an update, so I'm going to try and make an update and see if it works. Or see if I can do it, rather. I've been having a hard time doing this because things are not going so great for me, so c'est la vie, right? Everyone's got their shit to go through, and I've got a lot of shit these past couple weeks. So, where to start? Got my estimate for plastic surgery. I don't know if I've talked about this yet. I didn't publish the video, but what I was approved for turned out to be a lot more limited than I hoped for. Basically, leaving my belly button area as is, which is a problem because right now my belly button is basically closed off because I have a huge fold of skin that goes over it. And I have like a finger's length, really. My belly button is like a finger's length up under this fold, so that's a real problem. So the estimate was worse than I thought. The last doctor I talked to said it was about $4,000. Turns out that's just his fee. The hospital feels that because the doctor's getting more money, it should get more money as well, which is kind of bullshit because I'm already approved for 2 procedures. So I'm not going to be under anesthesia significantly longer than before, and I'm not going to be in the hospital for any additional days. Yet the hospital feels that it needs to charge me for those services. So the final estimate was about, and there's taxes, of course, on top of all that bullshit. It's a little over $7,000 was the estimate that I got. So yeah, I have $0, like even negative dollars, because I don't have any money to get through the month. So that's not gonna happen. I do have coffee though. It's very important to always have coffee. That's like the priority number 1 when I go shopping. The other sort of not so great thing is I went and saw my liver doctor last week, and he thinks that my liver situation may be worsening. Not that not necessarily that I'm having a flare up, though I'm checking for that, like a flare up in my autoimmune disease, but just that because of the blood flow in my liver is already restricted because of the damage and because I had a cauterized part of it. I forget the actual term for that. Embolization, partial embolization, and etc. 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 It thinks it may be progressing my portal hypertension, which is like a backup of pressure on the liver because it doesn't flow through properly. So I have to get ultrasound and also a endoscope done just to check on that to make sure I'm not developing any potential problems down there. So that's not great. I hate tests. I've been in the hospital so much. I'm so sick of tests, but you got to do what you got to do, right? The others are not so great thing, also a good thing, I guess. I've been trying to work a little bit. I approached the landlord to see if he had any like part-time jobs, just menial labor. I mean, it's nothing huge. I'm not making a lot of money, but maybe save a little bit on my rent next month, kind of thing, you know. But the amount of work I'm able to do is a lot more limited than I thought. Like I'm pushing. If I can do 4 hours a day, that's like absolute limit, and that's like 4 hours a day spread out over the day. So that's discouraging. um, the other frustrating thing is my weight. My weight is going down. I weighed in this morning at 173.7, which is a drop of like, I don't know, I think like 2 pounds since the last time I checked in here. So I don't know what's that all about. I've been trying to eat more, 3,500 plus calories, but it's not making a difference. I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that I'm just sort of low on cash at the moment, and I don't have a lot of junk food now, or a lot of high calorie foods, I should say. Um, so I'm trying to, squeeze in as much food as I can, but I mean, there's limits. I mean, potatoes are great and rice are great, but there's only so much you can fit in when you have a little tiny stomach, right? So um, I'm working on it. I've been, trying to get some liquid calories in too. I'm drinking like iced tea, and um, once I get some cash, I'm gonna get some more milk. Milk is like a big plus for me, and I think I'm actually gonna go to the full fat milk, just to get in a little extra calories. I actually prefer the 1% and 2% because it's a little thinner, and I don't know, it doesn't like guck up my throat as much, if you know what I mean. Um, but whatever. So yeah, so that's kind of frustrating, losing weight when you don't want to, potentially getting an illness in the future, like TJ said, I'm fucked if I get sick because I have such low body fat. So I'm working on it, It's just gotta find a way to get it done, right? That's basically it. Yeah, so oh, that's a lot better. Well, a little bit better anyway. Sorry, the lighting is so bad in here. It's kind of bright outside, so I have my curtain closed. Um, yeah, so those are like the three things that are kind of in on my mind, kind of bogging me down this week. But that's c'est la vie. Yesterday we had a really nice, sunny, warm day, so I just kind of said, screw it, and I spent as much time as possible outside, just enjoying the weather, and I did some biking, and I sat out back and just got some sun, although you would never know it by looking at me. um, yeah, so that's gonna be my week. The gym, not really progressing in the weights, which is kind of hard. I find my energy level and my ability to lift heavier weights is really like from day to day it varies like a lot. Like I don't know if you remember maybe a month ago I told you I'm really focusing on progressing in the weights. Like once I'm able to hit my specific sets and reps at a certain weight, then the following week I'm supposed to up the weight and then continue like that. It's really been challenging to do that because it's not been that consistent. Like I'll go one week where I'm able to lift a certain weight and get my sets in, and then the next week, not. You know, um, so I'm not really sure what that's about because my pre workout, you know, is always pretty much the same. So I'm kind of going into it with the same energy, same time of day kind of thing, and my nutrition like outside of that is pretty much the same. So it's really it's really frustrating that I'm not progressing, but again it's back to I'm probably not eating enough. Um, so that's the focus right now is to find a way to get those calories in. Yeah, that's my life, trying to get the calories in so that I can do things. That's pretty much what I do. That's like my daily grind. Um, gosh, this shirt is not only is it big and old, but it's not very attractive on me. But anyway, just thought I would mention that in case anyone is thinking it. I also need to get a haircut. Oh yes, check out this. You can see this nice little area here. Yeah, I had an altercation with the barbell at the gym last week. Um, Someone was kind enough to unwrap the bumper plates right underneath the barbell so that when I bent down to pick them up, I whacked my head on the barbell. So that was fun and embarrassing at the gym. Luckily, I didn't knock myself out or anything, but I started to bleed a little bit in the gym. That's always a real big plus, right? When you're bleeding in the gym. So yeah, I kind of had to cut my day short on there. Anyway, so that's it for my update. I hope everyone is doing well. I try and keep up on most people's videos who actually do videos. It's kind of sad and good also that a lot of people in my sort of generation are like not making videos anymore. It means their life is progressing and they're doing well and they don't need that constant support and accountability that we get from here. But for me, it still helps me think through um, you know, what I'm doing and what I need to do. So that's why I keep doing it every once in a while, even though I'm not as consistent as I was. I'm gonna, you know, I try and keep things going. Uh, Hopefully stimulate a little more interaction, though that's been pretty low too. Like no one talks to me anymore. That's okay. Um, yeah. Anyway, that's it. Kind of a downer video, but I'm gonna finish my coffee, get some breakfast, and then to the gym. It's gonna be a what is it today? Oh, back in biceps today. So that's always a fun day. To pump up the guns, you know. That's always fun. So anyway, see you guys.